Oh well, I am now leaving Barranca on my own and going to Barranca, where I turn right, leaving the coast to go inland, to go to Huaraz, feeling slightly apprehensive travelling on my own. It was really great having Fernando around. I mean, he's a really nice guy. Didn't like it last night because we went down about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock to the, well, we went earlier to the beach. It was a bit cold actually. And then on the way back I thought we'd sort of drive along the front to the south side of the beach, where when we arrived there was this music blaring out from this coffee bar, pub, bar, whatever you want to call it, restaurant, full of locals, all drinking their beers. I asked Fernando if he wanted to go in, he said yes. So we went in, and there seemed to be two sections, and when I went in through the quiet section, as it were, I then sort of asked the guy, well, you know, could I not go and sit over there where all the crowds were, and all the noise was, and all the business was, and the great music? And the guy said, oh no, sit here, it's, you know, that was it. Okay, and I thought, fuck you. So I went and sat down, and there was this big black guy, really muscly, with a hat on, tattooed, really nice guy. So I said to him, I don't suppose you sell tea, do you? And he said, no. So I said, I thought not. So I shook his hand, and he obviously was the chief. And I went and sat down. Subconsciously, I guess, looking back at it, just instinctively, obviously that guy from then on had marked me. He marked me before I even said hello. And I don't know what this river's called, but it looks nice. There's the sea over there. So there's plenty of water that actually comes down from them there hills, which is why this is such a fertile valley around here. I guess it's why these guys at Caraz actually, you know, settled there. Anyway, the point being that obviously people get pissed and they have fights, alright? But it was only 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was enjoying it because if Samantha was there, she would have been dancing. Nobody else was dancing, but the music was seriously good. The location was good, right on the beach. I wish I'd actually taken some photos of it, taken my video camera, but there are some things really that you don't do. Nice people here. And yes, there are bad people around, but there are bad people all over. And you obviously had to take care and be sensible. But I don't know, I seem to do alright, and I'm quite enjoying it. Had a nice chat with Barnaby this morning, that was really good. I wish I could do that a bit more often with Sammy. I know, she's very busy. This is doing me a power of good. Frog in my throat, ha ha. It's a wonderful country, lovely people. I think in 20 to 25 years time, if they don't, see, there is the Pan American Highway, which they're actually doing. Ah, here's Pativilca. So I'll go through Pativilca to Barranca. Yeah, this country is fantastic. There isn't corruption, which the media, I mean, are fantastic. I was watching Channel 4 last night, and Canal 4, and they had actually through hidden cameras and established some corruption in the military hospital where the contracts had been actually assigned to people who would give the best backhanders, sort of thing. Yeah, it's normal, it happens all around the world, which is why I think the media is fantastic here, given how bad it was many years ago, that they are now doing the equivalent of Newsnight and all that sort of stuff, is really good. This country could be fabulous. 20-25 years' time. There's a lot of wealth in this country, and the approach is very similar to that of the UK in the sense of letting companies come in and actually bring their knowledge, their experiences, their equipment, and develop the country. On the other hand, they're supposed to play about 19.5% going to the local towns where they actually do their mining, and one hears that in fact it's only about 10%, and 3% then goes to the central government and the rest in backhanders. There is also contamination. Now, Arroyo, for example, is seriously contaminating the river, but has been doing so for many years. However, today there is a department that has been created only recently, about 2 months ago, where they're responsible for cleaning up the contamination. And little by little it should happen. Internet, I believe that they are reducing the taxes on that so that they can actually develop the infrastructure, which at the moment is actually a monopoly by Telefonica, i.e. equivalent to British Telecom. And that should result in prices coming down significantly, which would be great because there is a massive problem with education here. There was a test of all the teachers, and score up to about 20 points of about 200,000 odd teachers. I think there are, maybe more. 180 only scored 14 points. I think I better stop a minute. Okay, back again. I'm entering Barranca, which is where I need to take a right somewhere along here to go to Huaraz, up in them there hills. So it's going to be cold, and it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be fun. So we'll see what happens. What does this say? Nothing special here. The trouble is, signposts are very few and far between. Like in France, in the country, it's socialist. Easy pickings for the politicians. Look how fertile that is. I mean, extremely. Look at that. Wow. Amazingly fertile. Really good. Contrast this with Lima. Anyway, going back to the teachers, only 180 actually scored 14 points or more of the over 200,000, whatever it is, teachers that there are in Peru. So they have a massive problem with teaching. And I don't know how they're going to resolve that. In my view, the only way they're going to resolve that is, well, they're supposed to be actually through the UN. I actually met a teacher in Huancayo who works for UNESCO, and they're supposed to be actually helping the teachers improve themselves, but it's a lost cause. Teachers were not properly taught in the first place. They could actually, after college, university, whatever, go into the countryside, teach in a school for a year in the countryside, and then they were qualified teachers, which really is not very clever, but needs must, as it were. It's better than nothing. So they have a serious problem. In my view, that needs to be tackled in two ways. One is internet, which I believe they're doing, because that is a fantastic education. I think my turning is coming up here. And also, yes, TV, whatever that means. Huaraz, here we are. 200 kilometers to Huaraz. Should be fun, isn't it? Here we go. Bye bye, coast. The sea was bloody cold last night, and here was I hoping that I was going to be able to swim all year round. But anyway, some things happen, some things don't. Hey, look at this. And hold on. Oh, look at them there, hills. Isn't that beautiful?